You think you're gonna get everything when it isn't real. If you go pro-communist, you really don't know.
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Ever wondered what Cuban-Americans think about many Democrats embracing socialism? Today we're in D.C. speaking with Cuban-Americans that are in favor of liberating the Cuban people from their socialist dictatorship, and we are going to find out. Democrats like AOC, Bernie Sanders, and even Mayor Bowser from Washington, D.C. have praised Cuba's government for their socialism. And I want to know, what are your thoughts on Democrats embracing socialism in this country?
Well, I won't single out just Democrats. I'll single out everybody who thinks communism and socialism is something, beautiful and that it works. Cuba's the proof that it doesn't work. And if you're using Cuba as an example of reference of success, then you're obviously misinformed and you have no idea what is going on in Cuba. Nor do you know what the people have to go through in Cuba that actually live there.
I think that it's horrible what Democrats are saying, and the fact that they are putting this propaganda out there. It's communist propaganda is what it is. And they've gone so far left that us Cuban-Americans and Cubans are very disappointed, because I feel like we should have the support of Americans and we should stand for liberty and freedom for the entire world.
Communism, socialism is pretty on paper, but it doesn't work. It never has. And these people wouldn't know what socialism is because they've never had to endure the hardships of living in a socialist communist country. The ideals, we're all gonna have the same thing. Yeah, that's right. We're all gonna be poor the same way.
They made people to suffer. They kill people. They take our freedoms away. People have to fight for their freedom, because it's simple. With freedom, we have everything. Without it, we got nothing.
Do you have a message for maybe youth out there that is in support of socialism and communism in the United States? Do you have a message for them?
I would say get your head out of the books because it looks beautiful on paper, but actually go to these countries where they openly practice socialism and communism. Take their word for it. Don't take mine. Actually talk to the people that have suffered from, the effects of communism and socialism.
Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua. Look at those examples. If communism and socialism is so great and it works so great, why are those countries in that situation?
The Democrats are really taking a similar path to Fidel Castro and what they did in Cuba. And it's very concerning because they want to disarm us, they're censoring us, they're disabling our social media accounts, we have no more freedom of the press.
You think you're gonna get everything when it isn't real. If you go pro-communist, you really don't know. You really need to learn your history.
You mentioned that you marched with Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Black Lives Matter, that organization, has been very openly Marxist.
All right.
What's going on there? You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Well, to the people that are watching this and the audience that's going to see this, I would say the organization itself, Black Lives Matter, is complete. Can I curse here?
Yeah.
It's complete. We all know that. Even black people know that. The ones that don't know haven't done the research enough. There was a tweet that they sent out, rest in peace Fidel Castro. It just shows the ignorance of what that organization entails, because there's so many black Cubans. There's as many black Cubans as there is white Cubans. And their silence on what's going on right now in Cuba speaks volumes. And they're openly vocalizing, proud to say rest in power to a dictator that has killed more black people than they could even imagine. Just shows how ignorant they are. To those that are romanticizing with the idea of communism and Marxism, you guys obviously do not have family that have been in these countries, that have suffered the absolute totalitarianism that is communism and socialism and Marxism. So please be informed, and if you're gonna march for something, make sure you're marching for the right reason and not feeding adding more fuel to the fire that's burning up half of all of our countries, all of our homelands, because it's a plague, it's a cancer, and it's spreading, and the ignorance is allowing it to spread even further.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.